Green flags are in the air, and we're underway. And just like that, Shawn Monahan will take over the lead out of turn 2 and takes with him the 24 of Ryan Waterman. Waterman follows him into second. Larry Barnett back to third. Stott in the number 10 for the fourth spot. And then Diego Monahan trying to hold on in the 55X. Now being challenged by Nick Hovey in the number 16. Meanwhile, leaders are on the backstretch. That's Shawn Monahan out in front. Ryan Waterman in the number 24. Larry Barnett in the 73. Those three have broken away from the rest of the field. Hank Stott in the number 10, running fourth, but you got to go back quite a ways to get to him. Then Diego Monahan in the 55X, taking a shot to the outside of Stott, trying to take that spot away.
Shawn Monahan in that 55 car shows the way. He's led it since the drop of the green. Larry Barnett started on the pole in the 73, but he slid back to the third position. And he's trying to hang on to that spot. He's staying with that lead draft of automobiles. I guess you would call it a lead draft. Ryan Waterman running in the number 2 position, chasing Shawn Monahan, who started in the number 2 position. He is working the rear bumper of that 55 car, trying to find a way around him, but Monahan not to be denied at the front of the pack as we've got 4 laps in the books. Fourth place is the 55 Diego Monahan, the shaggin' wagon, as that team likes to call it, currently riding in the 4th position. Oh, it's the Schwagen
wagon.
The Schwagen wagon. Sure. Schwagen. The Schwagen wagon in the 55. Now I'm going to go with what I called it. Monahan leads, but he cannot get away from Weatherman in the number 24. Or no, that's Waterman. Waterman in the 24. Waterman in the 24 should have been a Weatherman for us. Let us know we were going to have a brief intermission. Larry Barnett, 73, still riding in that third position right behind him. Closing a little bit on Waterman down the backstretch.
Yeah, Barnett hanging tough in that number 73, always in contention here at Thompson. Larry Barnett in the 73, staying right with him. Monahan's got himself about a half a car length over Waterman, but Waterman reels him right in going into the turn. So Waterman getting through the turns pretty good. Monahan seems to be able to pull him down the straightaway.
The 55, he used to pilot the Schwagen wagon, but now he's behind the wheel of that number 55 car. That's the Critical Science car. Looks like it's a Phil Parsons throwback scheme, and it's showing the way right now. It's a fast throwback Phil Parsons scheme. He's holding off Waterman in the 24. Barnett just can't quite stay with him. He can stay with him, but not quite quick enough to challenge. We're going to have 11 laps to go as they come down, and here comes Waterman down to the bottom looking for the lead.
Yeah, just couldn't quite get enough of a run out of the turn to fully pull up alongside. Keeps the nose under there, but boy, Shawn Monahan slams that door shut in turn 1, and Waterman has to actually back out of it a bit. They'll come to the cross flags this time.
Waterman locked that brake up getting down into turn 1 that time in order to stay off of the back of the 55 and not turn him around. As they come down, Shawn Monahan will get the cross flags, letting the field know that they were halfway home. 10 laps have been completed. 10 laps remain. Does Waterman have what it takes under the hood of that number 24 car to get by the 55? We will have to see.
Well, the 3 cars up front have pretty much stayed together for all of the race. Monahan, Waterman, and Barnett. And they've got about a straightaway on the 4th place car, the 55X actually, of Diego Monahan. And a battle between the 10 of Hank Stott and the 16 of Nick Hovey.
We found out who Nick Hovey was. He wasn't on our list for the heat race. He was a late entry. But now he's no longer the unnamed driver. And he's trying to get himself into the top 5. Currently challenging for the 5th position on Hank Stott. Stott, the Massachusetts driver in that 10 car, trying to hold on there side by side as they come down the front. A little bit of contact right there. And Hovey now will go to the outside. Let's see if the old contact favor is repaid, as we're going to have 7 laps to go this time. Nope, Stott will just let him go as we have 7 laps remaining. And this battle for the win is coming down to Monahan, Waterman, and Barnett. They started 1, 2, 3 on the grid, and they still run there, just not in the same order they started.
Boy, here comes Waterman with a run down into turn 3. Look at that left front brake heat up as he goes into turn number 3, and he makes it work. It sticks. Drove underneath Monahan and took the lead. He watched Keith Rocco in that Sunoco modified feature and basically did the same move that time.
Definitely tried to learn a trick or two from Kid Rock. And he's going to be running the good hot brake pads underneath that thing, because to show that much heat off the front of one of those aren't factory brakes. Those are going to be performance enhanced, or they'd be beginning to fade here.
Well, he had to carry all that speed into the turn if he was going to get underneath Monahan and brake at the absolute right time, and he did it right. Ryan Waterman with a great pass to take the lead in that number 24. Monahan settles back into second, and Larry Barnett watches them all from the 3rd spot.
Waterman in the 24, coming under the 4 to go symbol. 4 laps remaining. Laps are definitely winding away in this one. The 24 Waterman is the leader. Monahan is, I think, cooling his tires down. He may try one more run at this, but it's going to have to be now or later, because later's not going to be an option, because we've only got 3 laps to go. 3 to go. They've broken away now from Barnett. Barnett has faded a little bit here in the closing laps of this one with 3 laps remaining. The battle for 5th is also fizzled out. Nickolas Hovey got by and has driven away by a couple of car lengths. So we are going to get the 2 laps to go sign. We have 2 to go for Waterman in car 24. Monahan right behind in the 55. And Barnett a couple of car lengths back, and it may be Waterman cruising to victory, but Monahan may have something different to say about that as they go into turn 3. They're only going to head to turn 3 2 more times. And Monahan tries to close as they've got the white flag coming out. We've got 1 to go. Of course, the Limiteds today sponsored by Twisted Tea. So a big thank you to our friends at Twisted Tea for showing our support, or showing their support to our racing action here today. And as race fans will do, head right to the Twisted Tea aisle of the beer cooler. For your big Labor Day parties, as the checkered flag is coming out for the Twisted Tea Limited Sportsman feature, and it will be Ryan Waterman picking up the win. Second place goes to Shawn Monahan in the 55, and Larry Barnett goes from the 1st place to the 3rd place after starting on the pole. Kind of got duped on the start. The other drivers were hitting the chip coming to the start-finish line. They scooted by him, and he hung with them. And the was pretty good all day. Can't thank my dad, Randy Chamberlain, Navarro Troy, top level detailing, Bella Vance and Road Trucking, just everybody that helps me out. This car was totaled the last time I raced it, so this just feels good.